Good morning, McHarg friends. Good morning, McHarg friends. Today is Thursday, February 6th, 2025. My name is Kaylee. My name is Anna.
And I'm Mrs. Larimer.
Today's moment of silence is heart breath. Breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stand in front of McHarg Pledge.
I am an exceptional bobcat. I am respectful. I follow directions the first time. I send kind messages and listen with my heart. I help take care of my school. I am safe. I keep myself to myself. I use school tools correctly. I only travel where I have permission. I am peaceful. I keep my body under control. I use a calm voice. I work cooperatively. I am an exceptional bobcat.
Today's weather is rainy and a high temperature of 62 degrees.
It is not 62 degrees right now.
Can't believe it's even
Happy
going to get there.
birthday wishes go to
David and Mrs. White's class.
Let's sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, McHarg friends. Happy birthday to you.
Announcements.
All right, so we are going to talk about our growing as a friend plan. So first, we use kind words. Then, we be helpful. Third, we encourage others. And fourth, we use active listening. That means we are focused on the other person with our eyes, body, mouth, and mind. How are you doing with our 4-step plan? Keep practicing all 4. Practice is what creates a habit, and this is one thing that we want to make a habit. What should we do if one of our friends doesn't use kind words? You have any ideas?
Go. Say, can you please be nice?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just leave them alone and let them calm down.
I like both of those ideas. It's also a great time to practice using I messages. An I message starts with the word I. So you could say something like, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. Those are not kind words.
Shout out!
All right, we are working towards 50 shout outs, and we have another 3 this morning. And if we get 50, we get to bring a stuffed friend to school. The first shout out goes to Wyatt because he showed friendship today. He helped a friend in need. He has high expectations for himself and often does more than what is assigned. Keep up the great work. That's from Miss Muncie. Here's one for Tessa Joyner because she is always a great friend. Tessa helped a friend clean up a spill. That's from Mrs. Dobson. And one for Ava Edmonds because she saw a friend struggling to carry her morning supplies and helped her. Ava is always kind, and that's also for Mrs. Dobson. So Ava, Tessa, and Wyatt come to the Tinker Tank after announcements to get your picture taken. All right.
It's time for One School, One Book.
It is.
Good morning, girls. I brought a friend from my class to help me out today. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All right, this is Ellie. Ellie is in my classroom, and she has been reading the book, so I thought, what a perfect friend to bring with me today. So, first thing we need to start with was yesterday's trivia question. Do you remember what it was?
What does Og eat that's loud?
What does Og eat that's loud? What noisy food does Og eat? Do you know what the answer is?
It's crickets.
Crickets. Okay, so what do we need to do next?
We have to pull eight 8 cards out of here.
All right, well, let's start there. All right, let's take the lid off and
No
then.
peeking, no
Oh,
peeking.
I thought you were going to tell me don't open it. I'm like, whoa. Okay, so,
Dig around.
all right. Pick one for me. Yep, and hold it in your hand, and then you pick one, and then let's see what we got.
Nora from Miss Johnston's class.
And did she say crickets?
Yes.
All right, Nora from Miss Johnston's class.
Annie from Martin's class.
Emmy from Miss Martin's class. Good job.
She said crickets.
She said crickets. And then Calicia from Miss Wensky's class said crickets. All right, hold on. We're losing count. How many have we done? One, two, three,
4.
Okay, these are the last one. No, maybe not.
Oh, 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.
We have 4.
Yep.
Andrew from Dobson's class, and he said crickets. Silas from Miss Hawk's class, and he said crickets. We have Josiah from Miss Martin's class, and he also said crickets. And then, is this number 8?
I don't know.
2, 3, 4.
Yes.
This is number 8. All right, let's see who we got. We have Janiyah from Miss Fisher's class, and she said noisy crickets. So, great job. And I think Mrs. Wheeler will come around with
Yes.
your fun little
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day. All right, so we need to talk about the next chapter, right?
Yeah.
So chapter 3 was called Sad, Mad, Bad, right? There was a lot going on in this chapter, wasn't there? I mean, a whole lot of things. So it started off talking about frogs. Humphrey was talking about frogs. Was he happy about the frogs? Was he happy about all the learning they were doing about the frogs?
No.
No, he was not really very happy about it. So when they were talking about frogs, one of the characters, Mandy, she went over and took Og out of the tank. Does anybody know what happened when she took Og out of the tank?
Og peed on her.
Og peed on her. That's right. He peed on her. And I know. Ooh. But Miss Brisbane told Mandy and the rest of the class why that happened. Do you remember why?
Because frogs pee when they get scared.
They pee when they get scared. That's right.
That's
So
gross.
we're going to probably keep Og in the tank, I would think. All right. So then we moved from frogs to poetry, and they were talking about a poetry festival that they were going to have, and they were coming up with all kinds of rhyming words. And Humphrey really wants somebody to write a poem about him. Did he find a word that rhymed with Humphrey?
No.
No, not really. No, he tried really hard, but it didn't work out for him. He said things like lumpfrey and dumpfrey. That would be silly, right?
Yeah.
So, they have to write a poem. That's why they were coming up with rhyming words. Do you remember what Miss Brisbane told the students they had to write about? What their poem had to be about?
An animal.
An animal. Yep, had to be an animal. Exactly right. So then the chapter moved on to Humphrey going home with a classmate. Do you remember who he went home with? Remember his name? Do you remember? It was Garth.
God.
Garth. So Garth and his friend AJ, they are going home. And do you remember how they went home? What did they go on?
On a bus.
They went on a bus. That's right. They went on a bus. And there was a lot of things happening on that bus. A whole lot of things. So during the bus, or before the bus started to leave, the bus driver told one of the little girls that she had to move. Do you remember why?
Because they were all crowded. Because they were all crowded in one seat.
That's right. She said no 3 to a seat. So off the little girl went, and then what happened?
A bully, which Humphrey thinks his name is Bean, tripped the little girl.
You're right. Absolutely. So there was a really, really, really mean kid on the bus who wasn't nice to anyone. So that leads me to my question. And if you know the answer, which I know you do because you've already said it, What was the name of the mean boy from the bus? So Humphrey wasn't quite sure. I'm going to give you a hint. Humphrey wasn't quite sure that he heard it correctly, but the name that he heard is what he was calling this mean boy. So that's your question for tomorrow. What was the name of the mean boy from the bus? Good? All right. Awesome. Click.
Be peaceful. Be safe. Be respectful.
And be peaceful.
Thanks and have a great day.